What up, y'all? It's Tyrese Haliburton here, point guard of the Indiana Pacers, and these are 10 things I can't live without.
Why is Tyrese Haliburton always the smartest player on the floor, even under playoff pressure?
You have a timeout. Carlisle's going to let him play. Haliburton steps back and hits. Tyrese Haliburton trying to take Cleveland's heart.
When the game was tied with seconds left in Game 1 of the Eastern Conference Finals, most would freeze. Haliburton calculated, stepped back, and splashed a clutch three.
He'll backpedal a three for the win, and...
He's not just skilled, he's wired differently. Did you know only 13 NBA players called him overrated, and yet he sent the Bucks home, mimicked Dame time, and leads the playoffs in clutch assists and efficiency?
Feed off of that overrated chant.
Overrate that.
So, what sets him apart? IQ, leadership, or loyalty? Or why do some players rise in chaos while others crumble? Stick around, because we're breaking it all down. And if you love basketball brains as much as highlights, then don't forget to hit that subscribe button. You won't want to miss this.
Tyrese Haliburton trying to take Cleveland's heart. Haliburton for the lead. Tyrese Haliburton. Unbelievable.
Tyrese Haliburton isn't your typical villain, but he might be the perfect one for today's NBA. He's not dirty, reckless, or controversial off the court. Instead, he's brash, confident, and brave, stepping up in big moments with a flair that turns heads and stirs emotion. In one match at Madison Square Garden, Haliburton hit a step-back jumper and immediately threw up Reggie Miller's infamous choke gesture.
He'll take it. He'll backpedal a three for the win, and...
It wasn't just a shot, it was a statement. Afterward, he said he regretted not saving the move for a game winner instead.
In the moment, it just felt, it was the right time. From there, my mentality shifted. We cannot lose this game now, because if I break out that celebration and we lose the game, then it'll be a problem.
That's the kind of drama he brings. In an era where most stars are friends, he goes against the grain. His boldness injects rivalry and theater into a league that desperately needs it. He doesn't want to be liked. He wants to win and make you feel it. What do you think? Is basketball better with a player who embraces being clever? Or would you prefer things to stay friendly and polite? Tyrese wasn't always a headline name. Coming out of high school, he was only a 3-star recruit, largely overlooked. Even when he made it to the NBA, the Sacramento Kings traded him, choosing another guard instead. Then came Team USA, where he was mocked for not getting enough playing time. But instead of breaking, Tyrese doubled down. These slights didn't crush him, they fueled him. And then came the April 2024 player poll from The Athletic, where his peers shockingly voted him the most overrated player in the league. That was wild, considering he just led the Pacers to the Eastern Conference Finals, all while playing through injury. But that's part of what makes him special. His style isn't built on flashy scoring. He's not a mid-range killer or high-volume shooter. His intelligence, vision, and unselfishness don't always show up in box scores, and that bothers traditionalists. So here's a thought. Can greatness be measured without stats, or are we still too obsessed with numbers to recognize real value? Game 1 of the 2024 Eastern Conference Finals gave us a full dose of Haliburton's genius. Down 2, just 3 seconds left, the crowd roaring. Most players would panic. Haliburton? He saw Mitchell Robinson protecting the rim, recalculated in a split second, and took a cold-blooded step back to tie the game. That's not just talent, that's mental mastery. The same thing happened against the Cavaliers. Fans chanting overrated, only to watch Tyrese drop 7 points in the final 84 seconds, including a game-winning 3.
They do have a timeout. Carlisle's going to let him play. Haliburton steps back and hits.
Even Donovan Mitchell tried to calm the crowd, knowing Haliburton feeds off negativity. He addressed the label head-on afterward. It'll probably follow me, but I just control what I can. Overrate that.
Every time on the road, he'll probably follow me until the next poll comes out, and then we'll see if I'm number 1 again. But, for me, I just control what I can, man. Overrate that.
Only 13 players voted him overrated, meaning 1 or 2 teams might have driven it, probably the Bucks, who were eliminated by Haliburton and mocked by his imitation of Dame time. Here's something to think about. Why do some players thrive in mayhem while others fade? What makes a player cold enough to turn booze into fuel? Enjoying the content. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell for more updates. Long before the NBA spotlight, Haliburton's leadership was forming. At Iowa State, his coach saw something special, not just in his game, but in his presence. He observed how Tyrese connected with teammates, spoke to referees without annoying them, and absorbed feedback without taking it personally. From day one, he had that it factor, a unique charisma that lifted everyone around him. Tyrese wasn't above learning either. His dad told him to find a senior with good habits and learn from him. So Tyrese watched Mariel Shayok, a fifth-year vet, and mirrored his every move. That discipline turned him into a pro before the NBA ever called. When scouts came to practice, one told the coach, "He's your highest draft pick." Not because of stats, but because of his demeanor, effort, and influence. That speaks volumes. And here's a real question for you. What's more important in a future star? Raw skill or emotional intelligence? Is it enough to have talent if you don't also know how to lead? Tyrese isn't just smart, he's loyal. During his sophomore year at Iowa State, he broke his wrist and needed surgery. Most lottery picks would have walked away. Not him. Instead, he stayed at every practice, every game, supporting teammates with the same energy. His mum still came to games. His presence never faded. That's real leadership. Later, after his coach got fired, Haliburton hit a game winner against Milwaukee, and the very next day, he called his old coach just to check in. "You need anything, let me know." That's who he is. Not just a basketball mind, but someone who remembers the people who helped him along the way. And even before he turned pro, Haliburton showed maturity beyond his years. After playing in the FIBA Under-19 World Cup, he told his coach, "I'm coming back. I'm going to get stronger, and then I'll go pro." And he did exactly that. Here's one to consider. Is loyalty becoming a lost art in pro sports? Or can players like Tyrese bring it back into the spotlight? Growing up in Oshkosh, Wisconsin, Haliburton used to pretend he was hitting game winners in the hallway of his house. Sock ball, countdown clock, mental applause. Fast forward to 2025, and he's doing it for real, twice in the playoffs, plus a game-tying dagger in Game 1 versus the Knicks. But the most important reps didn't happen in his hallway. They happened during his first 2 years with a struggling Pacers team. They weren't winning much, but they gave Tyrese chances to take the last shot, to fail without pressure. And he learned. He missed, sure, but he built confidence, and the team built around him. Since then, he's become one of the NBA's top clutch performers, with a .564 effective field goal percentage in close games, and the best assist-to-turnover ratio among all-stars in the clutch. Tell me this, do we underestimate how much failure helps a player grow? Would Haliburton still perform clutch today if he hadn't been given the chance to miss shots earlier in his career? When Indiana traded for Haliburton in 2022, they were 13th in the East with a 1937 record. They weren't just getting a star, they were resetting their identity. The front office knew they needed to build around his strengths: speed, vision, and unselfishness. They found players like Pascal Siakam, a perfect complement, guards like Andrew Nembhard, and wings like Aaron Nesmith, who can defend full court and shoot off Haliburton's drives. Nesmith's 6 straight fourth-quarter threes in Game 1 versus the Knicks set a playoff record. Coach Rick Carlisle explained it best. "We had to make adjustments. It's a physically demanding style that takes super unselfish players." And it works because Haliburton isn't just a scorer, he's the maestro. Everyone moves to his rhythm. Siakam said it simply, "We want the ball in his hands." Is Haliburton redefining what it means to be a franchise player? Not just a scorer, but the brain behind every move? Tyrese Haliburton is more than just a great shooter and passer. He's the heart and mind of a team coming alive again. His leadership and sharp thinking make him a unique star, blending intensity with vision. In a league that values toughness and authenticity, Haliburton shines by adapting and leading through challenges. He shows us that true greatness doesn't have to be loud, it's smart and steady. Enjoyed this? Please subscribe now, comment, and let's talk real basketball together.